We welcome you back into a raucous World Arena. It's time for first serve as the 1A State Volleyball Championship takes to the court. I'm Ben Blecha. It's the Merino Rams and the Fleming Wildcats for the 1A title for a second time in the calendar year. The Spring 2021 Championship was between these same two teams as well. If you're looking for the 2A title game between the Holyoke Dragons and the Sedgwick County Cougars, that's on 105.7 KPMX and worldwide at kpmx.com, as the serve was just put in play by the surprising Dragons in that one. Fleming will be in their green uniforms with the white letters and numbers and the silver stripes across the bellies. They'll be going right to left. Merino will be in the whites with the maroon letters and numbers. They'll be going left to right. The libero for the Fleming Wildcats, Lexi Schaefer, is wearing her white uniform. The libero for the Merino Rams in Amanda Thorpe is wearing the black uniform. And we have the starting 7 marked on the card, and we're ready for first serve. It's in the hands of the Merino Rams, and our first serve brought to you by First National Bank in Fleming. Bank here, Logan County Home Loan Bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming. Member FDIC. McKenna Suter with the serve will fire it down the middle, fielded by Vanderbark. Runner back deep from Chintala. High up back row. Thorpe set down the middle. Conger denied back. Chintala and Harms teaming up with the opening block of the match. And the first point goes to the Fleming Wildcats on that block. They knew they were going to Conger. Maddie Serrato, the sophomore, will have the serve for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. Serrato pumps it too big and out. So the service error will even us up at 1 in this opening set. Lainey Schleiser on for Serrato on the Fleming side. And in to serve for Merino comes Lily Riles. In on the front row comes Killia Nunez. Riles, one of the myriad of seniors on the Merino roster, fired down the middle, fielded by Schaefer, back set far side. Chintala waylays it deep, runner up, and a poke short for Conger, kept in play by the dive of Schaefer, and a free ball over by Kirkwood. High up back row. Suter set far side. Nunez will punch it down the line, handed up by Kirkwood, bump set to the far pin for Chintala. She'll spin it short. Covered up on the front row by Brooklyn Suter. Roll deep from McKenna Suter. Chased up high by Schleiser. Set far side. Poke short for Chintala. Handed up quickly down the middle. Tip for Conger. Diving dig up. Not played clean to the net. Taza Conger will get the kill. And the Merino Rams will take the serve with a 2-1 advantage. Riles will rip the serve down the near side. Popped up by Schaefer. Back row. Roller far side for Chintala. She'll find the floor for the kill. Whitney Chintala and Fleming's first kill of the match. So we roll across the top of the 6 o'clock hour from the World Arena with wall-to-wall volleyball in the 1A State Championship. Serve will be pumped down the middle for Chintala. She'll pick up an ace. So both teams have won a point on their service, and Fleming has a 3-2 advantage. Quick peek at the 2A title, which is on KPMX and KPMX.com. Sedgwick County uncorked a 7-0 run to start the match. Serve down the middle, popped up back row by McKenna Suter. Set for Conger. She'll whip it onto the back line for the kill. Taza Conger with her second of the match. And we're square at 3 in set number 1. Brought to you by Bowler Well. Call them for all your oil well service needs. 970-522-3078. Brooklyn Suter will take the serve for the Merino Rams. Suter, the freshman setter, slides it down the middle on Lexi Schaefer, the junior libero for Fleming. Near side set for Callie Kirkwood. Dig up high quickly. Down the middle for Conger. In the net went the block attempt of Callie Kirkwood. And the Merino Rams take a 4-3 advantage in set number 1. Brooklyn Suter with the serve as she'll punch it down the middle. High up, back row, not clean, but kept in play for the Wildcats. And a hop of net by Callie Kirkwood. Conger will set McKenna Suter out of the back row. Pops it off the block. Dig free over by Chintala. Swatted back by Conger. Chased down by Schleiser. Down the middle, Kirkwood. Inside out. Too wide and out. She did not catch the block. The hitting error for the Fleming Wildcats. and a 5-3 advantage for the Merino Rams. Holyoke finally gets their first point in the 2A title game. 9-1 lead for Sedgwick County. As Fleming, with a 5-3 deficit, awaits the serve of Brooklyn Suter at the ball, clears the court. Fielded by Schleiser down the middle for Kirkwood. She'll punch it into the block. Turned back by Taza Conger and Lauren Rice. The turn back is the first blocking point of the match for the Merino Rams and grows it out to a 6-3 lead. Brooklyn Suter's serve is just too big and out. So a service error for the Merino Rams. 10 points in, and Merino has the slight edge. Lexi Schaefer back to serve as she'll punch it deep. It was headed out. Thorpe couldn't get out of the way, and it's an ace for Lexi Schaefer, the second ace of the match for the Fleming Wildcats in this young championship game. (6-5) Merino. Schaefer pumps the serve down the near side, too wide and out. That service error following the ace keeps the edge on the Merino side. As back to serve will go Taza Conger. Conger, dead center this time. She served extreme right earlier today against Haxton. She shanks it, it crawls the net cord and falls for an ace. The opening set sees an 8-5 advantage for the Merino Rams. Conger, the senior, slips it down the middle on Schleiser. Chintala sets for Kirkwood, pushes it around the triple. Pancaked up, back row, and the free ball attempt goes into the net from McKenna Suter. Nicely placed ball for Kirkwood to force that miscue. Rams with an 8-6 lead. Zoe Vandenbark back with a serve. The senior fires it down dead center on Thorpe. Far pin swing, roll shot by McKenna Suter. Popped up by Chintala, bumps that to the far pin. Maddie Serrato, she'll cross the near corner. Up by Thorpe, back row, down the middle. McKenna Suter scoring back-to-back hitting errors, and within one have come the Fleming Wildcats. Merino's lead is just 8-7. Vandenbark fires the serve down the middle, popped up back row, set for Beret. She'll roll it dead center. High up back row by Schaefer, down the middle Kirkwood. She'll topple it far line. Handed up back row by Conger, down the middle push for McKenna Suter. Jump dig up by Pope, set to the far pin, Serrato. Good job working pin to try and make that Ram block tired as Beret will free it back over after the receive from Thorpe. Down the near side, Kirkwood into the block at the net. And she went into the net on her follow through. So Callie Kirkwood, who had 31 kills in the semifinal, has picked up 2 hitting errors thus far. McKenna Suter, the same. She was at 19 kills in the semifinal. 2 hitting errors thus far for the Merino Rams. 9-7 lead for the Rams as Amanda Thorpe will serve. Firing it down the middle on fellow libero Lexi Schaefer. For Callie Kirkwood, she'll spin it short. Sliding dig up by Brooklyn Suter. Bumps that down the middle for McKenna Suter. Jump wing out far side by Schaefer. Bump up 10-foot line swing for Callie Kirkwood. Handed up far side by Taza Conger. McKenna Suter pushes it into the block at the net. She'll pick up her first kill of the match. The Merino Rams throwing it back out to a 10-7 lead. Thorpe firing the serve down the near side, popped up back row, roll to the far pin for Kirkwood. Bounded out back row by Thorpe, set for McKenna Suter. She'll fire it to the floor. Her second kill, and Fleming is in need of a timeout. They're going to take one here. Maybe. Megan Chintala over to talk to the down official, and yes, she will take that timeout. 11-7 Merino Ram leads set number 1 of the 1A Volleyball Championship. Timeout brought to you on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Dale's Jewelry in downtown Sterling, where you'll always find fine quality jewelry, and that's exciting, unique, and beautiful. Look for the diamond on the corner at 201 Main Street in Sterling. 2A title game and all LPAA championship, and Sedgwick County is showing why they were the number 1 seed. 17-4 is their lead on the year, or on the match. Intriguingly enough, one of Sedgwick County's losses actually came to Fleming, who also beat Merino, and Merino lost to Sedgwick County. I'm pretty sure they all beat Holyoke when they played in the regular season. Sedgwick County beat Holyoke in 5 in the quarterfinals yesterday. But all of that regular season mumbo-jumbo means bupkis once you get to a title game. It's all about this one match in front of you, and Merino's off to the good start in set 1, 11-7. Out of the Fleming timeout. Amanda Thorpe will have the serve. Thorpe will rip it deep, field it back row by Lexi Schaefer. Bumps that down the middle for Callie Kirkwood. She spins it over the triple. Run up high by Thorpe. Back down the middle goes McKenna Suter. Block, didn't touch it. Too big and out goes her swing. So Suter got a couple kills there, but then picks up her third service error, or attacking error in the match. 11-8, and the serve barely eclipses the net cord from Callie Kirkwood. Set to the near pin, down the line goes Beret, jumping dig up by Schaefer. Spinner back far side from Pope. Set to the dead center for Taza Conger, pancake up, free ball spun over by Pope. Down the middle, McKenna Suter, she hands it up off the block of Fleming, and Beret will run it over. Scramble up, bump free, Schaefer, far side, pokes over the net, chased down by Thorpe, Rams struggle, cross from Conger, 2 wide and out. They didn't expect the bump free on the second touch there, did the Merino Rams. Their lead cut down to 2 again. 11-9, Merino over Fleming in set number 1 of the 1A Volleyball Championship. Callie Kirkwood will take the serve, tumbling it dead center on McKenna Suter. Near side set for Beret as she'll tumble it deep. Popped up high, back row by Schaefer. Set for Chintala. Denied back at the net. The freshman Nevaeh Buckner teaming up with McKenna Suter for the block back. Second block of the match for the Merino Rams. And the Rams will hand the serve to the freshman Veronica Beret. Beret firing it down the near side, handed up by Chintala, set to Chintala on the near pin. She'll cross it far side, diving dig up by Conger. McKenna Suter off speed, finds the floor, took a lot off of it, and it tumbles down to the floor. A 13-9 advantage for the Merino Rams. Sedgwick County's run out to a 19-7 lead on Holyoke. You can catch that on KPMX and KPMX.com. Set to the near pin, Chintala pops it off the block at the net. Whitney Chintala with just the second kill of the match for the Fleming Wildcats. But they're still only down 3 in set number 1. Sam Pope with the serve as she whips it deep. It can't be handled cleanly. It'll be an ace, the third ace of the match for the Fleming Wildcats. This is a team that has always served very well. That's one of the hallmarks of the 16-year history of this Fleming Wildcat program. Sam Pope will have the serve as the ball had to be chased down on the 2A court. They have an extra one on the 1A side, so Pope will punch the extra in play. Fielded by Conger, backside near side for McKenna Suter. Run up high, back row. Bumps that Kirkwood onto the Rams side of the net. Brooklyn Suter swats it over. Kept up for the Rams. Roll shot deep for Chintala. High up back row. Wrap for a 10-foot line swing for McKenna Suter. And we're going to replay as a ball from the 5A championship between Grandview and Cherry Creek comes ripping onto the floor into the middle of the Fleming play. So we replay it. 13-11 Merino. Fleming with the serve. Pope pops it far side on Conger. Back set for McKenna Suter. Spun short. Run up high by Serrato. Kirkwood will set near side. Chintala tools the block and picks up the kill. Whitney Chintala with her third of the match. Within one have come the Fleming Wildcats, and Merino opting not to try and stem the tide with 2 timeouts in the set. Back row swing for Taza Conger. When you have Taza Conger, why would you? She whips one down to the floor for her third kill of the match. Keeping the Fleming Wildcats at bay. She moves to the front row, and McKenna Suter will take the serve for the Merino Rams. Suter will tumble it down the middle, high up, back row by Vandenbark. Set quickly, pops short for Chintala. It finds the floor. That's 4 kills for Whitney in the opening set of this championship match. And Maddie Serrato back to serve for the Fleming Wildcats again, looking for the tie in set number 1. She'll rip it down the near side on Suter, back row swing, cross far side, up on the dig from Kirkwood. Bump set to the pin for Chintala. She clips tape, unable to get out of the way is Brooklyn Suter. And Whitney Chintala gets the kill out of system and finds the tie in set number 1 with her 5th of the match. We're square at 14 all. Serve will be powered down the middle by Serrato once again. Set to the far pin. Conger rolls it on Kirkwood. Forces scramble. Schaefer bumps that. Far side she'll go. Chintala sliding dig up by Thorpe. Dead center back. Back row roll will come for McKenna Suter. Chopped up high quickly by Serrato. Set to the near pin for the southpaw Zoe Vandenbark. Sliding dig to the right of Thorpe. Kept in play. Buckner with the bump free down the far line. Run down by Serrato. Far pin set will go to Chintala. She'll tool the block and pick up kill number 6 and give Fleming the lead at 15-14 in set number 1. Serrato, a run of service will be fired far side, fielded by Conger. Set for Conger, and she'll roll it through, finding the floor. Off the back foot, she skied up and ripped it to the ground. 4th kill of the match for Taza Conger. 15 all as back to serve for the Merino Rams goes Lily Riles. Riles taking her time as the ball came rolling onto the floor from 5A. Sedgwick County just dominated the first set on Holyoke, 25-10. Riles served, too big and out for the Merino Rams. Second service error of the match for Merino. Fleming has the same tally. Chintala takes the serve. She'll slap it down the far side, up by McKenna Suter. Down the middle for Taza Conger. She'll rip it into the block, and it tumbles to the floor on her 5th kill of this opening set. As expected with 2 teams, over the last 1,660 points, divided by just 4 points between them. We're deadlocked in set number 1 at 16 all. Serve finds the floor for Brooklyn Suter. She'll pick up the ace for the Merino Rams. And Suter gives the Rams a 17-16 lead. Suter flying it deep, mishandled back row, good recovery by Chintala, sets near side for Callie Kirkwood. She'll ping the block at the net, but before that ball was hit, it was a 2-hit violation on Whitney Chintala's set. So 18-16 Merino in set number 1. Serve from Brooklyn Suter near line, fielded by Lexi Schaefer. Running bump for Chintala, 10-foot line swing. Kirkwood off the block to the net. Chased up high by Thorpe. Back row swing will come for McKenna Suter. Run down by Schaefer. Merino went up to block, stayed out of the net. And the ball bounces off of Chintala, 19-16. Brooklyn Suter, the freshman, will serve once again for the Rams to be the first to 20. She'll get there with an ace. And a substitution is Lainey Schleiser, who's the one being picked on the back row, will be replaced by the player she replaced, Maddie Serrato. 2016 Rams. Brooklyn Suter will fire it down the middle. High up back row by Callie Kirkwood. She's set, rolling the block at the net. Runner up high. Back row swing, McKenna Suter. She'll chip the block. Chased down dead center by Madison Serrato. Quick set down the middle for Callie Kirkwood. Her first kill of the night. First kill for Fleming, not scored by Whitney Chintala. Ends the run, but 20-17. Merino with the lead. Our scoreboard brought to you by Country Creations, County Road 24 and Highway 6 in Sterling. For all your sports apparel, stop by and get your customized printing. Serve far side, fielded by Beret for the Rams. Back set near side. Conger pushes short. Looks for the floor. Won't get the floor, but a dig goes awry. Taza Conger with her 6th. and a timeout by the Fleming Wildcats. Timeout is brought to you by the Tipsy Cow Bar and Grill, now open with an all-new menu. Stop in and check out what's new at 109 Colorado in Merino. Don't let the Tipsy Cow fool you. They know what you're doing. Fleming and Merino on the 1A court. Merino holds the 21-17 lead. Holyoke and Sedgwick County on the 2A court. It's a 1-0 lead for Sedgwick County as they dominated the first 25-10, and it's 1-all in the second. On the 3A court, Lamar leads University 23-21 in set 1. On the 4A court, Cheyenne Mountain leads Thompson Valley 21-19. And on the 5A court, Grandview leads Cherry Creek 20-18. Outside of that 25-10 set, this is what you expect out of a championship with the two best playing one another. I think Sedgwick County found a whole new championship level here as they look for their first title since as the Julesburg Lions in 2005. Out of the timeout for Fleming, they're devoid here in set number 1. Taza Conger will have the serve for the Merino Rams. She'll fire it down the middle on Serrato. Bumps that up for Kirkwood, who will pop it short, sliding dig up. And a ball comes rolling onto the floor from the 5A court. It was out of play until it traversed under the net and onto the Merino side. And a wise, quick whistle as it was rolling under the feet of setter Brooklyn Suter as she was setting to set. So 21-12 reserve, backs up far side for Zoe Vandenbark off the block. Back set to the near pin and a roller for McKenna Suter. Played short, dig right into the radar zone of Suter. She'll fire it to the floor. That is her 4th kill of this opening set. 22-17 Merino. Short line drive serve near side will be popped up by Serrato. Set for Callie Kirkwood. She'll waylay it to the floor. Callie Kirkwood's second of this championship opening set. She'll hand the serve to Zoe Vandenbark. One more rotation with Callie on the front row. She is dealing with heat issues in the semifinal match. And its struggles continue here in this championship as a far side roll for Maddie Serrato is mishandled on the back line for Merino. Fleming has set other people besides Kirkwood and Shintala. Vandenbark down 22-19, serves for the Fleming Wildcats. Knuckler near side on Conger, who will get a back row two-handed push free down the line. Up for Vandenbark, set down the middle for Callie Kirkwood. She'll swipe it near line. Sliding dig by Brooklyn Suter. Veronica Beret will run it down the far line. High up back row for Chintala. Bumps that up for Serrato. She'll fire it down to the floor for the kill. It's Madison Serrato's second of the match. Within 2 have come the Fleming Wildcats at 22-20. Serve. Tumbled. Back row fielded by Thorpe. Set off the block at the net goes the attack of Suter. Down the middle comes Kirkwood off of the swing of Suter on the block. Then she'll tumble it short. Pumphrey back over onto the Rams side. Swing free down the middle for McKenna Suter, and back row can't be handled cleanly. She'll pick up the kill. McKenna with 5 in this opening set, 6 for Conger. And Merino up 23-20, 2 points away from taking the opening set of this championship game. Amanda Thorpe fires the serve far side, mishandled back row. It's going to be an ace. And without any timeouts, it's 4 set points for the Merino Rams over the Fleming Wildcats at 24-20. We have seen more than this set point staved off today by Fleming. Line serve into the net, following up her ace with an error. 4 aces, 3 errors on the Merino service game, and Callie Kirkwood takes the serve for Fleming. 3 aces, 2 errors as the team for the Wildcats. 24-21, serve fielded back row by McKenna Suter. She'll whip it to the floor. Her 6th kill in the opening set goes the way of the defending 1A state champions. Merino wins 25-21. 1A state championship volleyball on our wall-to-wall volleyball coverage continues next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at the World Arena after a set number 1 win for the Merino Rams. The Rams lead the Wildcats 1-0, 25-21. I'm Ben Blecha. Our second set of the State Volleyball Championship made possible in part by Coons Pump and Well Supply. For over 30 years, they've offered services you can only get from a family-owned business. For all your watering needs, call 970-522-2035. Fleming will start with the serve in set number 2, going right to left. It's in the hands of Maddie Serrato. Spun deep, popped up crow. Onto the Fleming side, and the free deep. Checked up quickly, back set near side, big swing deep, McKenna Suter. All be dug up high, back row. Far side tip will be played short by Whitney Chintala. Set down the middle, big hammer block back, Sam Pope. No, that's Maddie Harms with the block back on the swing of McKenna Suter. And the Fleming Wildcats take the first point in set number 2. Serve from Maddie Serrano, rifled far side, popped up back row. Quick back onto the Fleming side, then a dump free over by Whitney Chintala. It'll find the floor. She has 7 kills in the match. Chintala has 7 kills. McKenna Suter has 6, so does Taza Conger, both for Merino. And the serve is lined too big and out from Serrano, trying to get an early run in the match, or in the set, were the Fleming Wildcats, but they just got 2 up. So 2-1 now as McKenna Suter will take the serve. Far side fielded by Lainey Schleiser. Kirkwood will set for Chintala, rips it down the line, too big and out. That's the first hitting error not caused by the block in the match for Whitney Chintala. So serve will be tumbled down the middle. Fielded by the Fleming Wildcats. Zoe Vandenmark will pop it to the floor. That's the senior's first kill of this championship match. And a 3-2 advantage for the Fleming Wildcats. Serve rifle far side, fielded by Conger. Back row swing, McKenna topping the block at the far side by the Fleming Wildcats. Spin it over the top of the block of the net, and she finds the floor for her 7th kill of the match. It's been all Conger and Suter, as you would expect. They've given some other swings to other players, but no success, whereas Fleming has been able to diversify a lot more outside their top 2. 3-all. Lily Riles crawls the net court on the serve. It'll fall to the ground for the ace. It's already the 5th ace of the match for the Merino Rams. Looking to go back-to-back. So serve will be ripped down the middle, popped up quickly, set to the near pin. Off the block goes Callie Kirkwood, sliding dig out by Riles. Set to the far pin for Conger. She'll punch it down to the floor. Taza Conger, who took over the 5th set against Haxton earlier today. Picking up with another very big match. On the tournament, we'll name Bulls in my tournament team. I'm betting she's on there. Service fired down the middle with Reynolds. 2 aces rotation. And again, in comes Serrano on the back row as it's out to a 6-3 lead for the Merino Rams. Serve will be powered near line. On Kirkwood, backs up far side. Madison Harms. 2-hit violation on her free attempt. And it's a 7-3 advantage, and Megan Chintala takes a timeout and emphatically gestures to her team. Timeout brought to you by Sterling Livestock, family owned and family operated since 1958. Sterling Livestock Commission is proud to support our area athletes. Make sure you're following along with our social media at KPMX Sports on Facebook and Twitter. Huge shout out to Michaela and Aaron, who have been handling all of our social media graphics all weekend long. Usually I bring my wife along for that. However, my wife is at home with a 2-month. It was wise to leave our daughter unattended. 4 kids in. I think that's one thing I've learned, at least, about parenting. So they've been able to handle our postings this year and keep you up to date as we cheer on 13 area teams. We're down to just 4 alive for a state title with Merino, Fleming, and Sedgwick County Holyoke. Sedgwick County dominated the first set. They're up by just 1 on the two-way court. Brom has the call on that on 105.7 KPMX. Out of the timeout, 7-3 Ram lead. Lily Riles serve. Fired far side for Callie Kirkwood. Rolled back over on the free ball by McKenna Suter. Kirkwood again, this time dead center, pops the block. She'll pick up the kill. Callie Kirkwood's third of the match. Good timeout used to end the run as back to serve will go Lexi Schaefer for the Fleming Wildcats. Lexi will tumble it short, popped up 10-foot line by Suter. Set for Conger, ripped for Conger, kill for Conger. 9th of the match for Taza Conger. 3rd in this second set. 8-4 advantage for the Merino Rams. Serve into the hands of the freshman Brooklyn Suter, the setter. Dead center on Schaefer, the libero. Set for Kirkwood into the block of the net. Chicken wing up, and a rollover by Kirkwood. Pounded up by Conger. Swatted back over by Vandenbark. Rolled back over by Conger. Nonchalant one arm up by Chintala, and she'll free it back to the near line. Run down for the Rams, and a bump free over by McKenna Suter doesn't get over. So that nonchalant Merino unawares. Vandenbark will take the serve. 8-5 Rams, up 1-0 on Fleming in the second set. Serve will be knuckled far side on McKenna Suter. Wrapped to the near. Is a Conger down the line. That's kill number 10 for her. She had 40 in the 5-set championship match last year. Don't think she'll drop 40 again this year, even if we do go 5. She's dropped 20-plus a couple times in this tournament. She'll fire one down the middle. Backs that far side. Callie Kirkwood, who scored 32 in the semifinal. Bump free over on Kirkwood's swing. Again this time, she'll cross it to the near line. And Callie Kirkwood down to the floor for her 4th of this championship match. Good 2-game there by Whitney Chintala and Callie Kirkwood to kind of float around on the floor and keep the block on their heels. Kirkwood will take the serve. 9-6 Merino in the second set. Serve will be fired down the middle on Amanda Thorpe. Set to the far pin. McKenna Suter off the block. It's down to the ground for a kill. McKenna with her 7th kill of the match. And in on the front row comes the freshman Nevaeh Buckner. Amanda Thorpe with the serve for the Merino Rams as she'll pop it dead center. Backing up to field it was Lexi Schaefer, and a big bailout for Fleming as a Cherry Creek kill came rocketing on to the Fleming court. They did not receive that well, so they'll have to replay the point. Amanda Thorpe tumbles it down the far side, popped up high, back row. Set near side, roll shot by Chintala, short, handed up quickly by Conger. Set down the middle, big, too big and out for McKenna Suter. So Merino's lead staying at 3 in the early stages in set 2. Sam Pope with the serve for the Fleming Wildcats. She'll fire it far side, roll shot back deep from McKenna Suter. High up back row, set to the near pin. Chintala fires it to the floor. Whitney Chintala with her 8th of the match. Within 2 has come Fleming. Serve will be tumbled by Pope. Too big and out. So just as you were building a run, a service error creeps in and bites Fleming in the backside. Veronica Beret on to serve for the Merino Rams. She punches it far side on Schaefer. Dumps that over the net by Kirkwood. Back set to the near pin. McKenna Suter covered up by Vandenbark on the near line. Rolled free over by Chintala, handed up by Conger. Set to the far pin for Buckner. The freshman whips it deep. Dig back over by Vandenberg. Dumps that over the net, and kumbaya. Everybody strumming ukuleles as the ball falls to the floor on the dump over from Brooklyn Suter. It's a campfire kill. The first kill not by McKenna or Teza in the match for Merino. 12-6 their lead in set 2. Runner down the middle for Maddie Serrato will be chased up high. Block at the net by Harms to keep it alive, and then a free ball over for the Rams. Near side, Chantala hops tape at the net. Run down on the line by Beret. Set far side, roll shot short. McKenna Suter will find the floor for the kill. That's kill number 8 in the match for her. 13-8. Lead continues for the Rams. Beret punches it short. Chantala at 10-foot line. She'll swipe it on the hands of Beret. Back near side, McKenna Suter turned back by Harms on the block. Bump set and a roll shot for Conger over in short. Popped up high by Kirkwood. Bump set to the near pin. Chantala, she'll manage to bump it inside the antenna. Onto the Ram side. Dump over by Brooklyn Suter. And again finds open space on the floor for her second kill in 3 points. And a timeout by Megan Chantala, the head coach, as she is screaming at her team. They're not in position defensively at all, and the freshman setter is picking them apart. 14-8, Merino with the advantage. Timeout is brought to you by Rudy's Tires, your one-stop on-the-spot tire headquarters with 1 of 7 locations on the Plains. Roll with Rudy's Tires and Rudy'sGTO.com. Well, Merino just clicking right along, but we saw it in the title game in this very facility last year. Fleming was clicking right along, completely dominating the first 2 sets, and a switch flipped for Merino, and they won the final 3. That's the beautiful thing about volleyball. The score goes back to 0 at the end of every set, and you can reset, much like what's happening on the two-way court. After a 25-10 first set, Sedgwick County up 1-0. They're only up 21-19 in set number 2 against Holyoke. 25-23 and 25-2 are the same thing on the scoreboard. It's a set win. It's about how you turn it around. Whitney Chantala off the block fires it into the 5A court for her 9th kill of the match out of the timeout. 14-9. Back to serve goes Maddie Serrato. She'll spin it far side, popped up quickly by Conger, rolling it down the line. Checked up high, back row by Serrato, set to the pin, and a roll shot near side from Chantala. Set down dead center for McKenna Suter. She'll find the line, she'll find the kill, her 9th of the match. And hand the serve to herself as Taza Conger goes to the front row. Suter's serve fielded by Schaefer on the back line, set to the far pin for Chantala. Denied back. Conger and Buckner teaming up for the block on the Merino side. As we noted in the pregame show, it's a much more team approach for Merino. And the blocking game winning right now. 3 points put down by way of their block. They're up 16-9. How about an ace for McKenna Suter, making it 17-9. And normally you'd say, roll someone in off the bench, try and stem the momentum, but there's nobody with any experience on that Fleming bench in this championship game. That'd be a very risky proposition. Set far side for Chantala. She'll spin it down the far line. Up by McKenna Suter for Buckner, who pops the block at the net, and Nevaeh Buckner gets the kill. Floated it right over the head of Conger. Buckner swipes it in and puts it down. McKenna Suter with the serve at 18-9. Rip down the middle, dig right into the razor zone of Conger. She'll bash it down to the ground. 2 hands for the point. 19-9. Merino looking to run away. Crawling the net cord. Popped up on the Suter swing. Set far side Chantala into the block. Set far side, roll shot deep for Chintala. Popped up by Thorpe, back row. Set down the middle, Conger. She'll whip the block at the net and pick up the kill. Devo would be proud on her 12th kill of the match. 20-9, Merino 5 away from a 2-0 lead. Serve far side, fielded by Schlieser. Free ball spun over by Chintala. High up back row. Set down the middle for Conger. She'll roll it off the block again. That's now a Baker's dozen worth of kills for Taza Conger, 7 of which have come in this second set. And the Merino Rams have a 21-9 lead. Serve for McKenna Suter, fired far side. She's going to pick up an ace. 4th ace of the set for the Merino Rams. 8th of the match. McKenna Suter will slide the serve down the middle. Fielded by Schaefer, not cleanly. How about a bash again from Conger? But there was a ball at her feet off the 5A court that should cause that to be a replay. I know it was relatively inconsequential, but it was on the floor off the 5A court, and it was under her feet, and they're going to have to replay the point. Conger knew it as soon as she swiped the ball away that they were going to have to replay it. So the score remains 22-9. Serve for McKenna Suter, dives it in for an ace, inconsequential to the overall score, 23-9. On the 5th ace of the set, 3rd by Suter alone. McKenna, dying quail, diving dig up, not cleanly. How about another ace? And 15 set points for the Merino Rams to take a 2-0 lead. Serve, far side, fielded by Serrato, dug into the radar zone of Conger. She'll rip it down. That's 14 kills for Taza Conger, and a dominating second set for the Merino Rams, 25-9. Wall-to-wall volleyball and a potential state champion being crowned coming up on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back into the World Arena. The Merino Rams are a set away from a state championship as they dominate set number 2, 25-9 over the Fleming Wildcats. But how about a cautionary tale? The Haxton Bulldogs lost the second set to the Stratton Eagles 25-9 on Thursday night, and they came back to win in 5. This ain't over till it's over, and we've seen it a lot in this tournament. We've seen teams get down 0-2, and their opponent, who's up 0-2, relaxes, and that team finds a corner. If Fleming can find a receive, get their weapons going, they're going to be just fine. The problem is Merino has picked apart their back line, and will start with the serve in this third set and do it again. An ace to kick things off in this 5th set. The ace fired in by McKenna Suter. That is her 5th of the match. 9 kills and a 1-0 lead for the sophomore. Serve will crawl the net court, pancaked up, back row into the radar zone of Conger, tries to bash it down, dug up by Chintala, and a runner free short. Miscommunication on the Merino side, and Riles will pop it deep. Run up high quickly by Schaefer, set near side for the big cross, down and no, not down and in for a kill. A block in the net was the call. It'll be a Fleming point. And the serve will be fired down the middle. Popped up backside for the Merino Rams at 1-all. McKenna Suter with the cross far side. Bump set to Callie Kirkwood, who will bump free it over. She just hasn't looked the same since the second set of the match against Briggsdale. Spinner short for Taza Conger. It's to the floor. That's 15 in the match for Taza Conger. And a 2-1 Merino advantage as Lily Riles takes the serve. They're tied at a set apiece between Sedgwick County and Holyoke over on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX.com. Back row swing, McKenna Suter near side, fielded back row by Zoe Vandenbark. Set far side, push down the line from Chintala, set for Conger. She'll rip it around the block at the net and pick up the kill, number 16 in the match for her. 3-1 lead for Merino in the third set, up 2-0. Serve will be powered down the near side, swung up back row by Schaefer. Kirkwood bumps that near side into the block at the net of Conger goes Vandenberg. Taza turns it down. Fourth block of the match for the Merino Rams, and a 4-1 run out for the Rams, looking to go back-to-back for the first time since Kit Carson did it in 2017 and 18. Serve will be fired down the near side, popped up high, back row, set far side. Chintala spins it to the floor, kept in play, pancake free. No, the ball got down. Chintala will get the kill. That is her 10th of the match. Awfully late signal. You can't really hear the whistles down on the floor sometimes with 5 courts going at once and all the fans in the facility. Serve from Chintala, roller short for Conger, swung up on the front row by Vandenberg, but not cleanly. Right back into the radar zone of Conger and down. That is kill number 17 in the match for her. And Brooklyn Suter, the freshman, will take the serve. Brooklyn will wind it down the far side. Set for Callie Kirkwood, denied back. Teaming up on the front row again are Lauren Rice and Taza Conger. The block has been huge for the Merino Rams. If you don't know volleyball, you can't just get points with kills. You get points so many other ways, and it's the block that is really turning the tide of this match for Merino. Set near side, Callie Kirkwood took something off and topped it into the net. Same tandem blocking in front of her, and she didn't want to hit into it, so she tried to hit around it, and that was not good. 7-2 advantage for Merino. Serve ripped down the middle, popped up high, back row. Set for a crush near side from Vandenberg. Back row swing for McKenna Suter. She'll spin in near side. Run up by Zoe Vandenberg. Down the middle goes Callie Kirkwood. She'll tip it down and she'll find the kill. That's her 5th of the match. Looking for a run on the service of junior libero Lexi Schaefer. Lexi pounds it near line. She's going to pick up the ace. Could that be the corner that the Fleming Wildcats had needed to turn? Within 3, 2-0 deficit for the dominant force in 1A for the last nearly 2 decades, but one of the most dominant teams in all of Colorado high school volleyball history. Merino is looking for their 12th title in school history if they can finish this off. There are very few teams that can even say they have 10, let alone 11 with the one last spring and a chance for 12. That, I believe, would put them tied for 3rd most in state history. A hitting error for Taza Conger gets Fleming back within 2. 7-5. Far side set, roller deep, just too deep and out for Rice. Went over the head of Conger. Knowing Conger's going to draw the block, they've done it with Buckner, they did it with Rice, they've done it with Riles, they've done it with virtually everybody who plays that additional position. It didn't work that time, and then the dig into the radar zone of Sam Pope on the ensuing serve, and she'll smash it down. And just like that, Fleming's back and tied in this 3rd set. Schaefer on the service run. She'll fire it far side on McKenna Suter. Far side Beret. She'll whip it down the line. Up by Schaefer and then back down the middle from Kirkwood. Short set down the middle. Conger, she goes off speed. Rolling dig up by Pope. Far side for Vandenberg. She'll poke it near corner. Run up high by Thorpe. Down the middle. Conger fires it to the floor for the kill. That is 18 in the match for Taza Conger. 9 for McKenna Suter. Buckner has 1. Brooklyn Suter has 2. So she has 18. The rest of her teammates have 12. 8-7 Ram lead as Conger moves to the back row. Serve fielded backside by Schaefer and a bump free over by Chintala and short. Quick up on the front line. Down the middle, McKenna Suter tools the block and gets the kill. She joins Taza Conger in double figures now with 10 on that swing. Whitney Chintala has 10 with 3 players in this match sitting at that threshold. 9-7 Ram lead in the third set, up 2-0. Serve fired down the middle by Taza Conger. Big hammer ripped far side. Conger keeps it up on the Kirkwood swing, and it's freed over on the dump by Rice. Poked over far side. No. We're going to replay. A ball came rocketing toward the floor and I believe hit one of the Fleming players. The captain for the Wildcats, Whitney Chintala, is going to go get clarification from the official. So we replay at 9-7 Merino. I was screened by the ump official's stand as to what happened. It'll be a Fleming point as on the receive, fired to the floor by Callie Kirkwood on the quick set from Chintala. 9-8 Merino lead, and Zoe Vandenberg takes a serve. Vandenberg will power it far side, popped up back row by McKenna Suter. She'll rip it near line, up by Schaefer. Down the middle, Callie Kirkwood triple, didn't get there in time, and Callie Kirkwood has got past whatever she was struggling with and muscled it through the block for her third kill of the set. She had 4 through the first 2. 9-all in this third. Vandenberg will poke the serve down the middle, fielded by Lily Riles, back row. Runner up far side, and a roll shot into the net by McKenna Suter. And just like that, much like we saw in the championship game last year, the momentum is penduluming quickly to the Fleming side. Serve just too big and out for Zoe Vandenberg. 10-10. In on the front row comes Nevaeh Buckner. Back to serve goes the libero Amanda Thorpe. Serve from Thorpe, far side, handed up by Kirkwood, who's set at the 10-foot line. She'll whip it to the floor. Callie Kirkwood waking up. That's 4 kills in the first 21 points of this third set. 8 now in the match for the junior. She'll punch it far side on Taza Conger on the service. Back row swing, McKenna Suter, run up by Vandenberg. Kirkwood will set near side, Pope into the block, handed up by Chintala, and a ball comes flying onto the floor from 5A, and Schaefer wears it off the shoulder, so we'll have to replay. The 11-10 Fleming. Callie Kirkwood tumbles the serve, dead center on McKenna Suter. Set to the near pin for Beret. She splits the block and finds the floor. Veronica Beret with her first of the match. 11-11 as the freshman takes the serve. Beret punching it down the middle, popped up high, back row. Set near pin, rolled down deep, and in for a kill for Whitney Chintala. She has 11 in the match. Hands a serve to Sam Pope, who had a nice run on service in set number 1. Serve will be flown far side on Taza Conger. Conger out of the back row, pounds it into the net. Harms was there, but it didn't crawl over. Fleming has pushed it out to a 2-point lead. Let's see how long Coach Suter lets this ride. Short serve from Pope, popped up back row by McKenna Suter, who's set near side. The sophomore fires it near side on Pope. Kirkwood with the bump set and a free ball. 2-hit violation by Harms as she tried to two-hand dump it over. (13-12) Fleming. Serve from McKenna Suter, popped up by Vandenberg. Set to the near side. Chintala splits the block. Run down quickly, down the middle. Conger off the block. She'll get the kill. That is now 19 in the match for Taza Conger. And squares us at 13 in the third with Merino leading 2-0. Holyoke and Sedgwick County are tied at a set apiece, and Holyoke's up 18-14 in the third. Ball be rolled back high, poked short for Conger. Up quickly and a free ball over by Whitney Chintala. Ball be run down far side. Set over quickly. Ball tumbled up high, set near pin. Chintala, she'll fire it to the floor. Whitney Chintala with the kill. That is now 12 in the match for Whitney Chintala. A 14-13 Fleming lead as Maddie Serrato takes a serve. She'll fire it down the far side, poker short. Ball be spun up quickly. Far pin Chintala. She'll spin it into the block at the net of Buckner. Run up quickly and she'll bump free down the far line this time. Jump dig up by McKenna Suter. Set far side Conger. She'll fire it too big and out. So the air's really creeping in on the Merino Rams in this third set. That's the fifth hitting error that they have had. Fleming up by 2, 15-13. Mishandle on the receive of the service for Serrato. Ball be rolled back onto the Fleming side. Back set to the far pin. Big hammer down and in for a kill for Whitney Chintala. She has 4 kills in this third set. 14 in the match. 13 in the match. And a timeout by the Merino Rams. Our timeout brought to you by Better Electric. Everyone uses electricity. Whether you need new construction, remodel, agriculture, or livestock applications, call 970-521-1030. The necktie is coming off. I cannot have a necktie around me anymore. It's the Merino Rams looking for the back-to-back championship, and we're convincingly running away. 25-9 in the second set, and then all of a sudden Fleming found their momentum. They lead 16-13 here in the third. Looking to send this match to a fourth and potentially a fifth set. The Fleming Wildcats, as of right now, have scored 865 points in the last 4 seasons against the Merino Rams. The Merino Rams have scored 870 points. No, it's more than that. I just have to math. That was through the first set. Now 25-9 is going to create a big disparity in favor of Merino. Big, of course, in that they were divided by 4 points heading into the match. Set to the far side. Conger, she'll fire it into the net. No, it was into the block. Overruled by R1. R2 says 4, but R1 says no. Far side Chintala still going to make it Fleming point as she whips it off the block. That's 14 kills in the match for Whitney Chintala. 17-13 lead for the Fleming Wildcats. Serrato with the serve, pumped down the far side, fielded by Conger. Roll will come from McKenna Suter, chased up high by Kirkwood. Bumps that far side, and a Chintala spin down the far line. Run down for the Merino Rams, set into the net by Brooklyn Suter. And the wheels are falling off for the Merino Rams in this third set as Fleming looks to take the first set of this championship game. Merino has some wiggle room, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Attack far side from Conger, fielded back row by Schaefer, rolled back deep by Chintala, set for a free ball from Beret. Bumps that Schaefer. Far pin, she'll go for Chintala. She whistles it too big and out. So Whitney Chintala with the hitting error. That's just the second hitting error of the match for Whitney Chintala. And the pair of substitutions will bring Lily Riles on to serve. And Taryn Goss in on the front row for the Merino Rams. 18-14 Fleming. Serve fielded back row by Schlieser. Far side set, poked down the line Chintala. Sliding coverage up by Brooklyn Suter and a free ball over by Taza Conger. Back set far side Chintala. She fires it too big and out. She's done that a time or two in her high school career where she tries to do it all herself. Just take a little bit off of it and hit the cross. That's how you've come back in this one. Rams clawing back to within 3, 18-15. Serve fielded back row by Schaefer. Set far side for Chintala. There you go. She spins it short. Brooklyn Suter trying to set, and she does, but Taza Conger tops it into the net as the set was way awry. Conger had 14 kills and 1 hitting error through the first 2 sets. She has 5 kills and 5 hitting errors here in the third. Serve will be line near side, 19-15 Fleming. Set down the middle for Conger. Rejected back by Harms and Kirkwood. getting the block going for the first time since the first set. 20-15. Fleming 5 away from sending us to a fourth. Chintala slaps the serve down the middle, popped up by McKenna Suter, set for Conger, poked far side, covered up by Chintala, bump set and a free ball over by Schaefer. Chased down near side by Thorpe, set to the far pin, joust at the net, won by Merino, chased down by Schleicher and a free ball over will come from Kirkwood, dead center up by Thorpe, down the middle Conger, she'll push it into the block at the net, and she'll pick up the kill. That is 20 in the match for Taza Conger. 20-16. Fleming's lead is just 4 once again, and the freshman Brooklyn Suter with the serve. Brooklyn down the middle, popped up by Schaefer. Set near pin for Kirkwood. Whistles it down the line and in for the kill. Callie Kirkwood with 9 kills in the match, 5 of which have come in this third set. 21-16, hands the serve to Lexi Schaefer. Lexi will poke it deep, hand it up high, back row McKenna Suter. Near side Taza Conger, she rolls it into the net. Nope, got the block, free ball down the line. Chase down, bump set, far pin Zoe Vandenbark. She'll hop the block at the net, it'll find the floor. Zoe Vandenbark with her second of the match. And a timeout by the Merino Rams. Our wall-to-wall volleyball made possible in part by Better Electric. Everyone uses electricity, whether you need new construction, remodel, agriculture, or livestock applications. Call 970-521-1030. The Merino Rams down 22-16. You've seen comebacks in this tournament from big deficits. But the way the Rams are hitting in this set, this one may be too big. Holyoke just tied Sedgwick County 22-all in the third set, tied at a set apiece in the 2A title game. Bull Brom has the call on that one on 105.7 KPMX. Around the Coliseum, Lamar and University tied at a set apiece. University about to go up 2-1. Thompson Valley up 2-1 on Cheyenne Mountain on the 4A court and the 5A court. They're tied at a set apiece between Cherry Creek and Grandview. Merino's up 2-0. Fleming is up in the third, 22-16. And a lineup check out of the timeout called for by Kristen Suter to make sure everybody who is supposed to be on the floor is, because she's got some show games that she plays defensively with a multitude of back row and right side hitters. Everything is all lined up and kosher. Back to serve goes Lexi Schaefer out of the Ram timeout. 22-16 Fleming. Backside near side Conger. She'll fire it deep. Dig free over by Chintala. Run down near line. Set down the middle for Conger. Down and in for a kill. That is 21 in this match now. 22-17. Conger will take the serve as the ball goes to visit the 4A court. Conger nearly got wanged in the back of the noggin by the ball being thrown over from the Holyoke side on the 2A court. Serve for Conger, spun down the middle, popped up back row for Fleming by Schaefer, set for Kirkwood, finds hands and the kill. Callie Kirkwood into double figures. 6 kills in this third set. 23-17, Fleming looking to send us to a fourth. Zoe Vandenbark punches the serve, too big and out. Second service error of the set for the Fleming Wildcats, 6th of the match. Nevaeh Buckner in on the front row for the Merino Rams. 23-18. Amanda Thorpe with the serve for the Merino Rams. Handed up back row by Vandenbark. Set down the middle for Kirkwood. Handed up high by Conger. Far pin set for Beret. She'll spin it line. Run up high. Vandenbark, Pope, and then a free ball over by Kirkwood, dead center. Chased down by Conger. Right into the radar zone of Callie Kirkwood. She'll wipe it down to the floor with the bash. And set points for the Fleming Wildcats to send us to a fourth. 24-18. Callie Kirkwood takes the serve. Kirkwood barely clears the net court, up by McKenna Suter. Bump set near side, Veronica Beret down the line. Run up high by Vandenberg. Bump set to Chintala. She'll spike it into the triple. Run up on the front row. Set quickly for McKenna Suter, off hands. Covered up by Schaefer. Set down the middle for Chintala. She'll set it to the back corner. Retreating is Conger. Set to the far pin for Beret. She'll wipe it down the line. Up by Vandenberg. Back row. Back set far side. Chintala. Diving dig up by Brooklyn Suter. Over by Buckner. Handed up quickly by Kirkwood. Bump set to the far pin, into the block of the net goes Serrato. She covers her own shot up. Down the middle for Chintala. She'll dump it near corner. Run up high by Thorpe. Set down the middle for McKenna Suter. Spun short. Covered up by Pope. Chased down by Vandenberg. And a ball came onto the floor. All that rally means Bupkis. Well, darn. Let's do it again, 24-18. Serve fired down the middle for Kirkwood. Set quickly for Suter off the block of the net. Bump set up down the middle for Chintala. She'll spin it on Conger, dead center. Quick set down the middle. McKenna Suter, did she catch hands? No, she didn't. She fired it too big and out. And the Fleming Wildcats send us to a fourth set. They take the third, 25-18. 1A Volleyball Championship continues on our wall-to-wall volleyball coverage next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back into the World Arena as we head to a fourth set of the 1A Volleyball Championship on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm Ben Blecha. The Fleming Wildcats win the third to stave off getting swept in the championship game, 25-18. But now we reset the score and head to set number 4. Our fourth set on wall-to-wall volleyball is brought to you by Gordon Insurance. Insurance mitigates risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. Call 970-526-6139. Fleming will start with a serve going right to left in this fourth set. Free back over by the Merino Rams. Set far side. Big swing finding the floor for Whitney Chintala. Chintala with 15 kills for the Fleming Wildcats. Callie Kirkwood with the 11. 21 for Taza Conger and 10 for McKenna Suter on the Merino Ram side. The serve from Serrato will be powered deep on Thorpe. Back set near side. Down the line goes McKenna Suter for the kill. Suter with her 11th of the match. And she'll hand herself the serve. McKenna firing it down dead center on Lainey Schleeser. Back step far side, Whitney Chintala. She'll tumble it side and out. She was trying to just play a ball down the line and keep the rally going. Didn't succeed in doing so. And a 2-1 advantage for the Merino Rams. Line serve down the middle, popped up by Schaefer. Huge hammer crushed down and in for a kill for Whitney Chintala. She'll hand herself the serve in this fourth set. They're in the fourth set on the 2A Volleyball Championship over on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX.com. Sedgwick County up 2-1 and 5-4 in the fourth with Bull Brom. Far side swing for Taza Conger. She'll fire it to the back line for the kill. That is 22 kills in the match for Taza Conger. The Merino Rams will bring on Lily Riles to serve. Riles will rip it down the middle. Popped up back row by Schaefer. Set to the near pin for Callie Kirkwood. She'll fire it deep. High up by Riles. Dump over by Conger. Took everything off of it. Her 23rd kill of the match will just find the floor. Little nifty dump by Taza Conger. And a 4-2 Merino Ram advantage. Serve down the middle. Popped up back row, set near side for Callie Kirkwood. She'll whip it onto the back line and whipped it good. Callie Kirkwood, who had 7 kills last set, now has a dozen in the match. Lexi Schaefer back to serve. 4-3 is the advantage for the Merino Rams. Going to be deadlocked at 4, and what'll be scored is an ace for Lexi Schaefer. Her third of the match, team's 5th. And we're deadlocked at 4 in set number 4. Schaefer will fire it near side on Thorpe. Run up high, back row, set quickly into the block at the net goes Conger. Chase down high and then a dump deep for Brooklyn Suter. Scramble bumps at Schaefer. Far side, Vandenbark into the block. Popcorned up quickly by Kirkwood, who's set down the middle. She'll rip it into the block. It'll find the floor for the kill. Callie Kirkwood has 13 kills in the match. And Fleming takes the lead in this fourth, 5-4. Merino won the first two, 25-21 and 25-9. Fleming won the third, 25-18. Serve will be fired down the middle for Schaefer. Popped up high, back row, set quickly for Conger. She slammed on the brakes and just poked it to the floor for the kill. That's number 24 in the match. Brooklyn Suter will serve as in on the front row for blocking purposes comes Lauren Rice. For Ray, Rice, and Conger, that front line trying to present that block. Serve barely clears the net cord for Brooklyn Suter, and it falls to the floor. Her third ace of the match, and just like that, Merino retakes the lead, 6-5 in this fourth set. Serve will be punched down the far side, fielded by Schleiser. Chintala sets for Kirkwood, flutters it over the triple. Sliding dig up quickly by Suter, and a back row roll off the block of the net for McKenna Suter. High up, backside, set to the near pin for Sam Pope. She'll cross the far side, sliding dig out for McKenna Suter. Down the middle goes Conger, rolls it short on Chintala. Chintala will get the back row swing that's fired near side, handed up by Brooklyn Suter. Chased down and a free ball deep by Conger. Backing up Schleiser, bumps that dead center for Kirkwood, and she's down for the kill. It's number 14 in the match for Callie Kirkwood, and we're square at 6 in set number 4. Vandenbark with the serve. She'll knuckle it near side. Sliding dig out back row. Set push into the block of the net. Conger turned back. No, they say she didn't clear the block at the net. She caught tape, not the block. Rams didn't touch it. Hitting Arteza Conger. 7-6 lead Fleming. Back row receive. Rice will tip it over in short. Run up by Chintala. Bumps that far side Serrano. She'll flutter a 10-foot line on McKenna Suter. Brooklyn Suter far side for Beret. Off the hands of the net. Wing dig over. Chintala just trying to keep it in play. Flailed her arms up in the air, and it tumbled the ball over and down for her 17th kill of the match as Merino let it go on the line. 8-6 advantage for the Fleming Wildcats. Serve will be fired down the middle by Vandenbark. Wrapped to the near pin for Conger. Rips it into the block. Down on the Fleming side. That's kill number 25 for Taza Conger. It's a good thing the player below her in my score sheet hasn't seen the floor in this tournament. I'm going to need to move into her space to tabulate the kills for again. 8-7 Fleming lead. Now we're square at 8 as at the net. Kirkwood couldn't avoid the tape trying to hit around the block, so the hitting error squares us at 8, and Conger will continue with the serve. Conger tumbles it down the far side, fielded by Kirkwood, set for Kirkwood on the running approach. Punch far line on Conger. Brooklyn Suter bumps that down the middle. Whip off the block, and down for the kill goes McKenna Suter. That is kill number 12 in the match for her. No, she got into the net on her swing. So that's a hitting error. And a 9-8 lead for Fleming. Bump set and a roller for Conger will fly in for the kill. So Conger gets kill number 26. This out of the back row as Amanda Thorpe goes back to serve. A senior libero. Tumbles it down dead center at 9 all. Roll shot back from Chintala. Run up by Thorpe. Back set for McKenna Suter off the block. Handed up by Conger. Now McKenna Suter sets Beret. She goes down the line. Pancaked out by Vandenbark. And a spinner free deep from Kirkwood. Set down the middle. McKenna Suter off the block. She'll get the kill. She's not robbed of it for being in the net this time. That is the 12th kill of the match for her. And Merino takes a 10-9 lead, up 2-1 in set number 4. Amanda Thorpe with the serve. She'll power it down the middle. Popped up high. Back row set near side. Huge fire. Too wide and out for Chintala. Tried to find the far line. Missed by inches. And an 11-9 advantage for Merino as Coach Megan Chintala tries to calm the Wildcats down. Serve deep far side. Fielded by Vandenbark. Set to the pin for Chintala. She'll ping the block at the net. Run up quickly down the middle. McKenna Suter, she's turned back at the net by Chintala on the block and freed back over for the Rams. Set down the middle for Chintala. She'll spin it short into the block and she'll get the kill. Whitney with her 19th of the match. She and Callie Kirkwood have double-doubles in kills and assists and probably approaching triple-doubles in digs. Definitely Chintala. Merino's lead is 11-10. Sam Pope fires the serve far side. It was headed out. Conger couldn't get out of the way, and it's an ace for Sam Pope to even things up in this fourth set at 11-all. Pope punches the serve far side. Sliding dig out by Conger. Set down the middle. Roll shot short. McKenna Suter finds the floor. That's her 13th kill of the match. 12-11 Merino Ram lead. And there is a dog pile on the 4A court as a champion has been crowned in Thompson Valley. Off the block at the net goes the swing of Callie Kirkwood. No, pardon me, Whitney Chintala is the front row player. That is kill number 19 as she caught the block of the Rams at the net. And Serrato back with the serve. Serrato tumbles it short. Popped up by Thorpe. Roll shot McKenna Suter. Chase down far side. Set to the far pin. Huge hammer for Chintala. Denied back at the net by Suter and Buckner. The block has been big for Merino. It's how they dominated the first two sets. They lead 13-12 here in the fourth. McKenna Suter's serve, fielded back row by Schlieser, far side. Chintala pokes it to the floor. She's at 20 kills in the match. And Whitney Chintala gives herself the serve. Let's see if Callie Kirkwood can continue the offensive work. Serve far side, fielded by Conger, set on the 10-foot line. Roll near side, popped up by Schaefer. Kept in play out of the net by Chintala, and Kirkwood will roll it deep. Up for Thorpe, back row, set to the far pin. Roll was headed out, played nonetheless. Kept in play and a free ball over by Chintala. Handed up by Beret, dump set over the net by Brooklyn Suter. Nobody there to set as the ball was played on Whitney Chintala. And the Fleming Wildcats had a chance to take the lead, could not. Merino has a 14-13 advantage as Lily Riles takes the serve. Sedgwick County is 8 points away from winning in 4 against Holyoke, but Holyoke is 9 points away from forcing a fifth on the 2A court. That's on KPMX and KPMX.com. Kirkwood set near side, rolls it far side, diving dig up McKenna Suter. Down the middle, Conger hops the block at the net. Run up by Chintala. Schaefer bumps that far pin. She will go for Harms. Poke deep, swatted over the net by Brooklyn Suter. Pancaked up, and down the middle will go Callie Kirkwood. Swiping in near side, up quick, and a free ball back by McKenna Suter. Diving dig out far side by Schaefer. Set for Kirkwood, waylays it too wide and out. Callie Kirkwood can't find the floor. Merino has a 2-point advantage at 15-13 in a quick timeout by Megan Chintala. Timeout is brought to you by Hill Chiropractic. Stop by at 207 Ash and Sterling and donate to Isle of Head Start with their Giving Tree. Underwear, socks, sweatpants, all available for you to donate now and give to those in need at Hill Chiropractic, 207 Ash in Sterling. We've had a wonderful tournament, And I don't think if you would have told me at the beginning of the week that we'd see Merino and Fleming in the title game for a second year in a row, I would have been surprised at all. Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised with any permutation of Fleming, Briggsdale, Merino, Haxton, the top 4 teams in the title game. They were hands down the best teams. Stratton definitely put up a big fight in this tournament, but they were really the only one that ever had any of those top 4 teams on the brink. That was Haxton, who was down 2-0. We saw 2 5-set semifinals with Merino over Haxton and Fleming over Briggsdale. Could we see a 5-set title game? Merino hopes not. 15-13, they lead in this 4th out of the Fleming timeout. Serve handed up back row for Vandenbark, set for Kirkwood, ripped far side. Diving dig up McKenna Suter and a free ball over by Conger. Run up high, set down the middle for Callie Kirkwood. She'll punch it near line, sliding dig up, and Conger will swipe it over in short. Popped up quickly. Near pin swing for Vandenbark. She'll tool the block at the net. She'll get the kill. Zoe Vandenbark with her 3rd of the match. And Fleming will serve for the tie in this 4th set. On the serve of junior libero Lexi Schaefer. Lexi flies it down the middle, popped up by McKenna Suter, back row, dump set over the net by Brooklyn Suter. Set quickly down the middle for Callie Kirkwood. She'll find the floor amidst a diving multitude of humanity on the Merino side, and the Fleming Wildcats have found the tie on Callie Kirkwood's 15th kill of the match. Serve from Schaefer at 15-all. Set for Conger. She'll rip the block at the net. That's kill number 27 for her. Back to serve goes Brooklyn Suter for the Merino Rams. Suter. She'll punch it deep, too deep and out for the freshman. A rare service error today for the Merino Rams, just the 4th in the match. 16-all, and Zoe Vandenbark, the senior for the Fleming Wildcats, with the serve. Vandenbark knuckles it far side on McKenna Suter. Brooklyn Suter sets down the middle. Taza Conger rolls it short, covered up by Schaefer. Set quickly down the middle for Kirkwood. Off the block, covered up by Schaefer for Fleming. Kirkwood turns, rolls it over the triple. Handed up by Brooklyn Suter. Scramble back row swing will come from McKenna Suter. High up back row far side for Schaefer. Set down the line for Serrato. Diving dig up Brooklyn Suter. Rice near side, crosses it. Did she catch the block? No, she didn't. The block pulled just out of the way, and Lauren Rice fires it too wide and out. Rams have become very balanced in this championship, setting a multitude of people. Fleming takes a lead 17-16 on that hitting error, and then Zoe Vandenbark fires the serve too big and out, and we're square at 17-all. That's the 7th service error of the match for the Fleming Wildcats. Taza Conger to the back line with the serve. Each team's got a position 8 away from what they want. Merino a 5th set, or Merino a championship, Fleming a 5th set. Chantala down the middle. She'll spin it far side on Conger off the receive. Far pin for Beret. She's turned back at the net by Kirkwood and Serrato. Second touch swat over by Beret off that block. Far side Serrato. She'll chip it short. Diving dig up by Thorpe. Back set to McKenna Suter, and she'll fire it into the block at the net and down for the kill. That is kill number 14 in the match for the sophomore. 18-17 Merino in set number 4. Serve will be powered deep from Conger. Mishandled back row for Fleming, and a bump free over by Callie Kirkwood. 10-foot light ump for Thorpe. Set down the middle. McKenna Suter. She'll nestle it to the near line and down for a kill. McKenna Suter coming up huge in this 4th set. That is kill number 15, her 5th in this 4th set. And it's a 2-point lead for the Merino Rams at 19-17. Taza Conger takes a serve and punches it near side. Popped up by Schaefer. Back set to the far pan. Poked down the line for Callie Kirkwood to the floor for the kill. Kirkwood with her 16th of the match. Hands a serve to herself. Down 19-18 in set number 4. Kristen Suter cheerleading her team from the bench. Serve will be ripped down the middle, fielded by Thorpe. Bumps that up, far side swing from McKenna Suter, far line. She finds the floor for the kill. That's her 6th of this 4th set, 16th of the match. And back to serve goes Amanda Thorpe as Nevaeh Buckner comes in on the front row. Thorpe, one of 4 regular rotation seniors, fires it down the middle, fielded by Chintala, set for Chintala. She's too big and out. That hitting air in search of her 21st kill of the match. Will cause a timeout on the Fleming side. I think the roar is Sedgwick County winning their first volleyball state championship as a co-op, and the first for either of the individual schools since 2005, when Julesburg won the title over McClave. So LPAA has claimed 1 state championship. And on the 3A court, University claimed the title for the Patriot League as they toppled Lamar, the only undefeated team in the state, at the same time as Sedgwick County. The conversation of scoring continues at the table here on the 1A court, with Thompson Valley already being crowned a champ. It's the 1A and the 5A court that is left. Cherry Creek leads Grandview 2-1. They're just starting their 4th set here at the state volleyball tournament presented by Premier Farm Credit. Eastern Colorado is a way of life, providing credit and related services for more than 100 years. Visit premieraca.com. Timeout will be taken by Fleming following the scoring conversation, which did make it 21-20. So now Fleming will have the pause. Merino is 4 points away from claiming the 12th title in school history. They won in the spring of 2021, and what a 6-month stretch it would be for the Merino Rams. 8 if you count back to the regular season. Winning back-to-back titles. They won in 2001, 1999, 97, 93, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, and 85. One of the most tradition-rich programs in Colorado high school history has ascended back to the top of the volleyball heap, but Fleming is no pushover. The Wildcats are appearing in their 3rd straight title game and are in the championship game for a 12th time in the last 16 years. They trail Merino 21-18. In set 4, Merino up 2-1. And out of the timeout, Amanda Thorpe will have the serve for the Merino Rams. Thorpe out of the near corner, tumbles it deep, popped up back row by Vandenberg. Set to the near pin, roll shot for Chintala, handed up high, back row by Conger. Set down the middle for McKenna Suter. She'll put it to the floor. 17th kill of the match. 22-18, the Merino Rams are 3 away from their 2nd consecutive state crown. Thorpe pounds it down the middle on Schaefer, set for Chintala, who swipes it deep, up by Thorpe. Down the middle, off the block, and down for a kill. McKenna Suter with the 18th kill of the match. 23-18. And Amanda Thorpe 2 away from serving out the state championship for the Merino Rams. Thorpe punches it deep, up back row by Schaefer. Kirkwood bumps set, free ball run over by Serrato, chased down by Conger. Brooklyn Suter far side for Beret, pipes it down to the floor, and it's championship points on the 2nd kill of the freshman. 24-18 for Merino to go back to back. Thorpe walks to the line, pushes it deep, popped up, back row, not cleanly, it's an ace. Amanda Thorpe's 2nd ace of the match gives the Merino Rams a perfect 12 state championships in program history. They go back to back they avenge the loss in the regular season to the Fleming Wildcats and are named 2021 Fall State Champions. Merino Rams bring home the second title to the LPAA as Sedgwick County just finished off Holyoke in the fourth set, and Merino wins the title 25-21, 25-9, 18-25, and 25-18. We have had volleyball action, and the Merino Rams are state champs. We'll continue with our wall-to-wall volleyball coverage when we come back on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back into the World Arena. It's a 12th state championship in school history for the Merino Rams as they beat the Fleming Wildcats in 4, 25-21, 25-9, 18-25, and 25-18. I'm Ben Blecha, now joined by Brom, who just called the Sedgwick County Championship match. How about that Lower Platte League, man?
I tell you what, I said it over on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX moments ago to all the teams from Northeast Colorado this weekend. Your friends, your family, your fans, your broadcasters, we're all so immensely proud of the work you guys put in this week. If you're Holyoke, if you're Fleming, you don't hang your heads because you guys put in a heck of an effort this weekend. Congratulations to Sedgwick County, their first ever state championship as a co-op. Congratulations to the two-time state champion Merino Rams. This was an epic weekend of volleyball.
It definitely was. For fans that obviously were listening to us on 94.5 The Ranch as Merino won the title, give us a recap. Who were the leaders for the Sedgwick County Cougars and Holyoke? Because that first set was ugly, 25-10, and then all of a sudden Holyoke woke up.
It looked like it was going to be an easy match for the Sedgwick County Cougars as the one seed. You mentioned 25-10 in that opening set. Kristen Wieselmeyer held the one kill in the opening set for Holyoke, and then all of a sudden it's like they realized, oh yeah, we're okay, we're allowed to be here, we're allowed to play this game. And credit Holyoke. This was the first ever state championship appearance for the Holyoke Dragons. That's a tough situation to have to play in. You're not familiar, you're not ready, there's butterflies, there's angst, there's all of that stuff. And I tell you what, Kristen Wieselmeyer in her senior season, she came to play in this one. She finishes the night with 12 kills, 4 blocks. She was very, very good in this one, but it was just too hard to counteract Gabrielle Powell, who I know will be part of our next conversation. Gabby Powell put on a clinic in this win for Sedgwick County. 13 kills for the senior, 6 blocks. 2 blocks in the first set, 2 blocks in the third set, 2 blocks in the fourth set. Gabby Powell put on a master class at the net for the Sedgwick County Cougars. Holyoke battled. It was a tough fight, but they just could not overcome the weapons that Sedgwick County had at their disposal, especially at the net.
For those of you that missed the coverage here on 94.5 The Ranch, Fleming got a monster day from Whitney Gentala. 20 kills for her.
Wow.
18 assists. I guarantee she had a triple-double. She was all over the floor. And Callie Kirkwood, in spite of starting slow with just 4 kills in the first 2 sets, finishes with 16 kills and 21 assists. The difference, though, was the block of the Merino Rams. 8 points put down by the block. Taza Conger was a part of 4. Nevaeh Buckner was a part of 2. Lauren Rice was a part of 2. McKenna Suter was a part of 2. And they touched many more balls that frustrated the offense for Fleming, that they just started rolling free instead of doing what they did. And Merino didn't get frustrated. McKenna Suter had a huge fourth set with 8 kills. She finishes the match with 18 kills and 5 aces. That's the other X factor. 9 aces in the match for the Merino Rams. Taza Conger went and Taza Congered the championship. 27 kills in a 4-set match.
Wow.
But how about this? Freshman setters. They don't play well at this state volleyball tournament.
Not generally, no.
You got to be special if you're going to put 41 assists.
Wow.
41 assists by Brooklyn Suter,
That's
the freshman.
Impressive. That is an impressive number. And to set up a championship team like that, Not once, but twice, the Merino Rams have won a state title. Way to go for the Merino Rams.
And not just twice in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
For one of the most tradition-rich volleyball programs in the state of Colorado history, who hadn't won a title in 20 years, to do it twice in this World Arena in 6 months, special.